Welcome to Joy at Work with me, Dr. John. Selah, the most powerful 7 minutes of your day. There's a lot of scientific evidence now that shows dedicating just 7 minutes of a day to one of the 5 activities of pausing in your life will significantly improve your life. Every day you're busy. Emails fill your inbox. Some of them might even matter. Your to-do list gets ticked off or not. You attend meetings, deal with clients, chat with the boss, communicate with colleagues, deal with crises, handle problems, worry about tomorrow, think about yesterday, fret over a sick child, and the list goes on. If you're disciplined, you get to the gym or exercise at least 3 times a week and keep a wary eye on your diet. Make sure that you get enough rest at night. If you don't do these, then you know that your body is more likely to break down. You know that you have to make time to look after your body and put in some effort. But do you look after your brain as well? Taking time to pause and meditate or be mindful is perhaps the most critical instrument to cultivate peak performance. You train your body to grow muscles and keep your weight in check. Well, taking time to pause, meditate or be mindful is like training your brain and taking control of the 5 types of brain waves so that you can be in charge of your life. At the root of all of your thinking, emotions and behaviours is the electrical and chemical communication between neurons inside your brain. And all that electrical activity is measured in the form of brainwaves. Brainwaves are grouped into 5 distinct categories, each associated with specific tasks and mental state. At the highest frequency, we have gamma waves. These are associated with insight, peak performance, peak focus, and expanded consciousness. If you are currently sharply concentrating on this new information, it'll be gamma waves that are helping you store this learning and associating it with existing knowledge and experience. A little slower in frequency, and we have beta waves. This is the state you probably spend most of your active day, especially in the urban jungle and our always-on society. Fabulously, beta waves allow us to concentrate hard on tasks at hand, and they are critical when we read, write and socialise. But there is a cost in that beta waves can sap our energy and reduce the emotional awareness and creativity. But once you get home and relax and reflect quietly, your brain waves slow down to alpha waves. If you suffer from insomnia, anxiety or obsessive compulsive symptoms, you likely don't switch down to alpha and you need help. If, on the other hand, you keep on socialising, watching fast-paced television or studying, you are keeping your brain in beta or even gamma state, and that's just gonna simply exhaust you. But when you nod off into the world of dreaming, you experience theta waves. Interestingly, theta waves are also present when you're in that elusive, brilliant, effortless state often called being in the flow of peak performance. It's that autopilot type state you've been in when you've been driving home on a very familiar route. You arrive home and you wonder how you got there. It's in this state that many people get their flashes of insight or bursts of creativity. Lastly, we have delta waves, which are associated with deep, dreamless sleep. Some people can meditate themselves into this state whilst remaining alert and awake. These waves are the source of empathy, healing and regeneration, hence why deep, restorative sleep is so essential to the healing process. So how do we manipulate our brainwaves? See, the biggest issue for most people in this modern, always-on hustle and busyness lifestyle is that we rarely make time to allow our brains to slow down. We get stressed and perhaps anxious, and the mind is whirring away at a fast pace, zapping through energy and leaving the body exhausted. So how do we alter our brainwaves? Any process that changes your perception changes your brainwaves. Our brainwaves change according to what we are doing and how we are feeling. When slower brainwaves are dominant, we can feel tired, slow, sluggish, or dreamy. When higher frequencies are prevalent, we feel wired, hyper, or buzzed. So change what you are doing and your brainwaves soon respond. It can take some degree of effort to force yourself to jog when you're feeling sluggish, but it will do the trick. Of course, chemical interventions such as medications or recreational drugs are the most common methods we use to alter brain function. Beta blockers, for example, commonly used by people just like me with serious heart conditions. They slow the heart rate, reduce blood pressure, and block crucial chemicals like norepinephrine or adrenaline, terrifically useful in the fight or flight response and in memory consolidation. Now, this makes it difficult to lift brain waves into the high beta frequencies, and tougher still getting to the much higher gamma waves. But one thing that everyone can do is choose to control their brainwaves to a greater extent. Since most people spend most of their waking time in beta state, what is truly needed is to biohack their brain and slow down their brainwaves. Though you can biohack to get into gamma state. And you have two simple choices to start gaining control of your brain and hence your life. Both of which, by the way, you've been doing since day zero. The first is the easy way, and the second is the easier way. So let me introduce you to the easy way first. Are you ready? Take one deep breath. Bring your full, complete, focused attention to your breathing for 2 minutes. Just 2 to start. You'll get up to 7 within the week. Become aware that you are breathing, and then pay attention to the process of breathing. And anytime your attention wanders, and it will, just bring it back to your breathing. So that's the easy way. You just take one deep breath and pay all of your attention to that breath and the way you are breathing for initially 2 minutes and eventually 7 minutes. That was the easy way. Now, there is the easier way, and that is just pause. Find a quiet spot, or plug in your headphones and tune in to relaxing, restful, meditative music played softly. Sit without agenda for 2 minutes. Stare into space or close your eyes. Just remain awake, but completely relaxed. Any moment your attention wanders or starts thinking about what you need to do, just wipe it away and go back to nothingness. So the easier way, just find yourself somewhere quiet, sit down, close your eyes if you want, or just stare into space and simply relax. Pause for 7 minutes when you can. Start with 2, don't push yourself. This is tough, we know. And you can switch between the easy way, breathing, and the easier way, just pausing, anytime you wish. Hold on, John. You just said the most powerful 7 minutes, and this is just about 2 minutes. This is true. Research tells us that 7 minutes is the sweet spot for habitually choosing to take control and biohack our brainwaves. 2 minutes is just the easy starting point. You can either extend your practice of this by, say, a minute each day until the end of the week, or if you find more time just too difficult right now, then do 3 or 4 2-minute breaks throughout the day. You can't do a full 2 minutes, you say? Well, okay. Then just take 1 mindful, deep breath. Just the 1. But if you can, take another. Every time you are waiting for something or someone, waiting at the traffic light, waiting for your computer to start, waiting for a web page to load, waiting in a queue, just take 1 mindful, deep breath. Now, if you want to have some help with this, you might want to dive deeply into meditation or mindfulness. There are a whole bunch of resources out there. One, Search Inside Yourself by Chade-Meng Tan is by the Singaporean-born Google engineer. It's one I can recommend. You'll find the link in the show notes. There are a bunch of apps out there that come recommended. My personal recommendation for what are called binaural beats is brain.fm. For Christian guided meditation, I like abide.co. Others I've tried and found to be pretty good. Calm, very famous app. Headspace competes with Calm. There's another one called Stop, Breathe and Think. And there's another Singaporean-made app called Mindfy. There are also wearables to assist you with your successful biohacking. As at writing, I've not yet tried any, which is unusual for me, but most appear to be aimed at reducing stress or helping you sleep better. But the Muse, M-U-S-E headband looks particularly interesting as a possibility. So as you go about your day, whenever you're waiting, you're thinking about anything and you want to just practice a little bit of mindfulness, a little bit of pausing, relaxing, allowing your brain and choosing to take control of your brain, just take 1 mindful, deep breath. Joy at Work is a copyright production of Dr. John Kenworthy for Leadership Advantage.